This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Summer is here, which means we all want to look and feel our best. A GLP-1 may be right for you. Visit orderlymeds.com to learn more about which GLP-1 you could be eligible for. Getting started is fast, easy, and happens virtually through telemedicine from licensed professionals. Check it out for yourself. Go to orderlymeds.com/podcast. That's orderlymeds.com/podcast. Taking care of yourself feels great. Compounded medications are not FDA approved. Eligibility required and determined by a licensed provider. Individual results may vary. See website for details.
Queen Carvania stood haloed by the morning sun. An army hung on her every word.
My champions, I have sold my chariot on Carvana. 'Twas a lovely SUV, an inexplicably queenly offer. They're even coming to the castle to collect it. Tonight, we feast! An offer you can feast on. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
You're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where romance-loving best friends recap romance novels while solving mysteries and drilling down on definitions.
Gonna love what we love, do it out loud. Stack our shelves with the clinches out. Shout it from the rooftop, can you hear the sound? Yeah. Live your best life, love it out loud. Love it out loud.
Welcome back, HBs. This week on Patreon and our Apple Podcast subscription, Sabrina is telling me all about the Swanley Sisters series by Sabrina Jeffries. Hearing all about the twists and turns Sabrina Jeffries manages to get into her historicals was truly wild and impressive. That's this Friday. All right, when we ended our episode yesterday, Gwenna decided to get the upper hand back from Raptor with a sneaky midnight hand job. Weird choice, questionable consent from, a bird's eye view, but Sabrina, Hayley, and Kristen were ultimately okay with it. Meanwhile, Raptor still thinks she's probably the thief, and he hasn't gotten any better at investigating anything at all. We're jumping in during a library study session right after that. Here's part 2 of our recap of By the Horns by Ruby Dixon. Here we go.
Yeah, so after that, they are in the library learning like Prelian gifts and stuff, and they all start opening their books, and while they're rolling through the book, everybody on a page of like every single book is written in gigantic red block letters, Gwenna is a thief. And like, she's like, oh my god, is this only in one book? And then she looks up, and Arid, also rocks for brains, is like looking at her like with wide eyes, and she's like, oh, cool. And then she just rips the page out, and and like, God bless Kip, the real MVP, the GOAT, because he just grabs that page and shoves it in his shell. He's like, nope. And then they like Raptor ends up grabbing a book to be like, what is happening? Sees that, also rips out a page. Meanwhile, Jay the whole time is like, well, god fucking damn it, this is my circus, these are my monkeys, and this is my problem now. Why are you ripping up books? What are you doing? And they're like, there's a bug. There's just a lot of weird things happening. It's fine. And then it is fine. They handle the pages And I had a lot of questions about it because, like, what about the other groups?
And again, exactly, what about the other books? And again, when they're going through who could have done this, when Raptor is discussing who could have done this, they're like, Hemen, like one of the members, is always in the library. But then, again, Gwenna is also like, but he's super nerdy. He would never deface a book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's your reasoning? That's your only reasoning? Yeah. Listen, I also love books, okay? But these are like glyph primers. This isn't like there's this isn't like the single copy of an ancient text. Okay, this is Prelian.
Learn how to write your B's in capital.
Yeah, like this is a primer. They have lots of copies of this.
Somebody's entire job is probably making these.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. There's plenty in the back.
And, like, and they're like, oh no, but because he loves books and is, like, nerdy. This is, Raptor is Fred from, like, Scooby-Doo.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like, that's what he's like. It's like, if it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck and, like...
Then it couldn't possibly be a duck.
It couldn't possibly be a duck because, like, it's not in water.
Yeah.
Like, ducks are always in water. And, like... There's no way. This
is a masterful example of an investigation, and I have no notes.
Yeah,
Disregard everything that I've said in this entire episode so far. No notes. Masterful.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Just, that's it.
Well, it's also at this point, he's like, God, I don't want her to be that. Like,
I
don't want her to be the thief. Because it's Soraya, my not worshipping goddess. And so, like, I'm gonna be real sad, you know? So, like, let's figure out how she's not the thief, you know?
Yeah, So we get past this, and, like, she's freaking out. He's still suspicious. So Raptor is still, like, suspicious of her. And I think, like, Sparrow knows, but whatever. But then we get to their... How do we get there? They're fucking.
Are you talking about the Morningstar bang?
The Morningstar bang.
The Morningstar bang? Is that when they're in the inn?
So after the whole library thing, he takes her. So basically what happens is they leave the library and then, like, he sends Kip, Arid, and Hemen to, like, watch the library. And then at some point, he realizes, like, she needs a weapon for her. And, of course, his first thought is a Morningstar, which, if you haven't read this and aren't aware, it's a club with generally a metal ball with spikes on the end.
And it's lighter and easier for her to use with her dainty lady wrists.
Yeah, generally
than the
not.
Swords. I had a lot of questions.
Look.
That doesn't sound easier to use.
So many questions. It is a bludgeoning tool. Like, so many questions. It did not make sense to me, but whatever.
The most important part about this Morningstar is that she rides it while he, like, pushes it up against her clit, and then she comes like a freight train. And then she gets on her knees and gives him a blowjob, and he is shooketh because... she's not worried about his knot at all. And I'm like, Raptor, you know she's Soraya now.
Yeah.
You know she's fine with your knot. She's put her mouth on your knot before, my friend.
Yes. Oh, wait. And then, they're also having a hard time getting their shit together as, like, a group. And finally, Jay, after, like, obstacle course.
Yeah.
They've gone before where they, like, went to the bar and he's like, drinks are on me. Y'all, like, work your shit out. And so they're, like, more bonded now. And then they do it again. They go because it's at the King's Onion. So they are at the King's Onion. They're doing a drinky drink thing. and she says something suspicious or something, I forget, and he's like, I'm figuring this shit out. So what does he do in true Raptor brain? He leaves Arid, Kip, and Himen in the bar. He goes to the barkeep, his friend Naya, and like potions master, and is like, I need a room. Gets a fucking room at the King's Onion, and then goes and like, again, bangs it out of her to like, and get the truth.
It's kinky.
Oh, that
he puts her over his lap.
Yeah.
And
the spanking is so good.
Rips her pants off. And all I can think is like, what are you going to do about clothes after this, my dude?
My thing is, she's poor. She doesn't have a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
She has a nightgown. Mm-hmm. She has a chemise. Okay. She has
2 day dresses.
Yeah, she has. Mm-hmm. She has 2 day dresses and 2 uniforms. And those are all of her clothes in all the world.
Listen, he's got a lot of extra coin right now because he's not buying not deadening potions.
That's true.
And, like,
That's
he can pamper his little not goddess.
But
a little bit.
You know what Ruby doesn't talk about? Him buying her another fucking uniform.
Nope.
Because he makes her put on one of Naya's dresses and she's all spilling out of it.
Well, yeah, because it was emergency times. So we have this kinky scene where there's like spanking and lots of oral and fingering and like, tell me your secrets. Like, lick. Tell me your tell me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you taste so good. And I'm like, Raptor, you're really bad at this. You're
Raptor is.
We're shocked.
Bad at job. Great at sex. Bad at jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Investigating.
Field, my friend.
Yes, because he's an artificer, not a detective.
He is actually. Yeah, you're right. I forget. You're right.
But what happens is she's riding that dick. He's about to come and she goes, Himen.
No.
Because
No. It's worse. Because
that's right.
She's been talking about like, yes, I want you to knot me. And he's like, well, and she's like, but I don't want to get pregnant, but I do want your knot. And he's like, don't worry, baby. I got this magical anti-pregnancy bead. So like, I can fill you up, my friend. And then she does ride that knot. He comes, they're knotted together and like talking, and it is so sweet and cute and like intimate. And then all of a sudden he's like touching on her because she's getting a little horny while she's all stuffed and he's playing with her. And then all of a sudden her necromancy powers kick in and she feels Himen get his throat slit and die.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And while this is happening, they're knotted, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like you like that, baby? My sweetie pie, my cute little mate, my little pumpkin lady. No, my little bantam, because that's what he calls her, my little bantam." And they're
nothing. We have to wait. Okay. We have to wait. But I have feelings.
Okay. I also have feelings, and I have questions as well. And I cannot wait to discuss this. So they're having this like adorable little thing where he's like, I'm going to keep you safe. And it's so funny at one point because he's like, I care for you. And she's like, you care for me? And he's like, and I'm also like, yeah, dude, he's been picking bitches up by their throat because they looked at you sideways. And like, it's pretty clear he's into you. Like, yeah. But then she chokes out Himen while he's touching her. And he says, that's a damned thing to say when a bull's knotted inside you. And then we zippy zap to the next scene where they're basically getting interrogated by an actual investigator. She's wearing a dress that's simultaneously 2 sizes too big and 2 sizes too small. And Himen's dead.
Yeah.
Now I'm very curious. What are your thoughts?
Oh, we can wait until the end. It comes in at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. It is what I was thinking it is then. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Raptor's interrogation didn't work. However, his investigative technique did have one plus. He knows Gwenna didn't kill him because she was stuck to his penis at the time.
But yes, but he is still like, what if she planned this? And I'm like,
oh my God.
How did you got the room, dude? You decided to do the orgasm investigation. How did she plan this? How is this at her will?
This was all what she did was she planted the thought for the room in his head and then subconsciously it's called subconscious seduction, okay?
She those bosoms
Inception.
A little too much, and he just could not her. Could not her.
Not.
Could not nart. That's how I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
There we go.
To get the clarification.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely ridiculous. And then he's of course feeling guilty because he's supposed to be watching the whole 5 and like him is one of them and
doing his job.
He's supposed to be doing his job, and instead of doing his job, he was doing Gwenna.
That tracks.
Yeah, and I think this is where it finally comes out, right? That she admits.
Yeah. They get back to the house, and he's like, "You've been keeping secrets. I need to know what you're keeping." And then he accuses her outright, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's a choice," because he just looks her dead in her face, and he's like, "You're a thief. You're part of the murder crew. You've been stealing artifacts, and you made me not you, and all of these people are dying because of you." And she's like, "What?" And she's sobbing now because, like, she's the opposite of the murderer. She's the one who has to functionally deal with the murder and what is left behind. And she's like, "I'm a necromancer, you nut for brains."
Yeah.
What? And so he ends up believing her because that tracks. Why wouldn't he believe her? This is the first time in the entire book where he actually looks at evidence in his brain and goes, "Oh, this does support this. All of this does support this this information and this story." And he is immediately ride or die. I mean, he was, to be clear, he was ride or die when he thought she was a thief. But, like, now he's like, "Oh, I can be ride or die without her breaking the law."
Honorably.
Yeah.
Except the law where she was born a mancer, and that is, in fact, illegal.
Yes.
Which, like, I support you in ignoring
Oh, yeah,
that
stupid law. Stupid law.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
But this is also when we have their I love yous. Like their I love yous for the first time, and it's so cute because she looks at him but also, like, I was laughing so fucking hard when he says I love you for the first time because I was like, what the both of them rocks for brains, because she's like, "God, you think I would tell anyone if I could help it? It took me this long just to confess to you. You have my life in your hands and you didn't even trust me until 5 minutes ago." And he's like, "If I could reassure you somehow, I would." And she says, "Give me one of your secrets then. We'll be even." And he smiles and says, "I'm in love with you." And she's like, and I'm like, That's not a secret, bud.
That's not a secret.
Mm-mm.
That's not a secret.
Mm-mm.
You can't hold that over his head. You could get burned at the stake for the secret he has of you. Like,
yeah,
he might not get to put his knot in somebody over that secret. Like, what? These are two very different situations.
Not on the same level.
But then it is very cute because they continue on and he's like, well, like, how do you feel about me? What about me, though? Like, how you feel about me? Me? Big sweet baby? And she's like, well, I'm not good with saying what I feel. All my life I've been taught to put it, like, she's a little emotionally constipated, which, fine, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, but I understand that, but, like, will you try for me, please? And she's like, okay, I love you too. It's impossible not to love you, Raptor. You're the best male I've ever met, and you've had my back always. Of course I love you. Even saying that sounds weak. And then this made me laugh so hard, because he's like, go on. Like,
yeah.
Tell me more. And she does, and it's so funny because we talk about it in the episode for the other book, but and I think Melody and I spent a fair amount of time talking about the King's Onion, because it is a tavern.
Yeah.
It is that the whole bit is raw onion all over the place. And every time it was happening, all I could think was like, oh my God, I could not step foot in this raw onion bar with my allergy. I would have endless migraines. Like, every time they're like, hung, and like, because she does it too. She eats raw onion in front of everybody to like be like, I like a little flavor. Hung. And I was like, this is not a love affair for me. And that's okay. Not everyone is, like, that's okay. But she basically equates him to the King's Onion, which was really fucking cute to me, because she's like, you know how it's constantly dropping one onion after another? I imagine that in the morning they have to pick up a massive basket of onions, all the ones that dropped overnight, and just when you think it's got nothing more in there, another onion rolls out. I'm not good with flowery words, Raptor, but what I feel for you feels like that cup, that no matter how deep I dig, I won't hit the bottom of how I feel for you, that there'll always be another onion ready to drop. It's a terrible comparison, I know. And he's like, that's a perfect comparison, baby, because I love a raw onion and I love you. Like,
it just makes me think of Shrek. It's got layers.
Yeah, I think Shrek's better at his job. But I can see that. Yeah, so then, y'all, shit really just hits the fan. It's pretty nonstop from here. It's just boom scene, boom scene, boom scene. Yes, Hayley?
Oh, because we get here because remember, she found the other dead body, because they all go into the tunnels at the same time, and Master J hides an artifact, and she's like, it's over there, and it's not. It's like the long dead, like the guy's been dead from before Raptor was a person, and it's a real artifact, and they're like, this is an artifact, but this isn't what I was thinking. And how did you find this dead body? And that's how we get to the thing with them at the inn, and how he's like even more suspicious, and we get the Yes. Okay.
Well,
I was like,
they're like, how did you find this? How did you see this?
Yeah.
You are human. You cannot see as well as us. That cavern has been picked over.
For decades, hundreds of years. It's been looked over. This is a training cavern. Like, this is the equivalent of being like going, and it happens very occasionally, but like I remember very vividly, I went panning for gold in Sacramento, because that's what you do on school field trips in California. And we were panning for gold, and all of us were like, they're like, yeah, sometimes people find like a real nugget, like we got like flakes and stuff, but like sometimes people would find things. No, this is not that. This is not sometimes you find a nugget of gold. This is, you don't find any gold in the river.
Yeah.
Because there's no gold in the river left.
No, what you find is a rock that the teacher painted gold.
Yeah.
Because it was planted there for you to find it and be excited that you found it.
Yeah,
and
or like
she
the Arkansas diamond fields where like
Yeah.
they have to go put diamond. I've been to a lot of places where you go look for things anyway, but like the Arkansas diamond fields where they have to go sometimes they have to go put diamonds and stuff like sprinkled back in because like it's picked over, you know?
It's picked over. Yeah. So Hemin has died, and her idea is like, well, hey, I am a necromancer. I can talk to dead people. Why don't I go talk to Hemin and see what's up? But nobody can know because I'll die. So we have to pretend like it's anonymous, but we got to get the okay to go talk to Hemin. So they take her. What?
This is also the moment where when they get into that office, I assume you're about to go into the office, where I'm like, oh, they picked him for this job because Rooster's also a fucking dumbass. Because why is she in this room? And the answer that they give him is because they know she's not the bad guy. Like, we're bringing her in because there's no way she could be the bad guy because she was on my knot when Hemin died. And Rooster's like, okay, cool. That tracks. You're in the circle of trust now because you've had your back blown out by the world's best private investigator.
Who sends me snarky updates all the time. Snarky little one-sentence updates.
And the updates are basically, I'll tell you, I'll give you
tell
updates
you when
I got updates.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it's definitely somebody in my 5, but it's definitely not somebody in my 5.
Yeah.
Fucking anyway.
So they basically make it out like, I know a necromancer actually who I know somebody who can talk to dead people. So like, what if we go talk to Hemin? And Rooster's like, okay, well, let me talk to the king about that and see if we can do a little sneaky stuff on the side, you know, and use a mancer without myrtleating them.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to you. I'll see you in a business day. Like, okay, buddy. When they go back to the nest, a letter comes through of a cave-in. They need Taurians. And he's like, I won't leave Gwenna's side. Can she come with me again? And they're like, no. And he's like, okay, well.
Goodbye.
Everybody keep an eye on her. I'll be back. Like, what? Okay.
Okay,
buddy.
Cool. Yep. That makes total sense.
Well, but isn't Gwenna asleep? Like, he doesn't actually tell anybody that he's going, right?
That's a great question for somebody who remembers the end of the book more clearly.
Oh no, That's right. It's from his perspective. Oh, and
no, Marta gives him the note, and he tells Marta to tell them what's going on.
And Marta, which is the whole thing with Marta. So we also have the whole thing with the books in the sack, and I'm just like, bitch, those are books. Like, as soon as it was, I was like, it's Marta. Marta's involved. Cause like, Marta is like the nest maid. Like, it's just sort of in and out. You could tell she's there, but she's not there. And I'm like, where's Hemin's books? And like, she leaves with this bag and full of like rectangular objects. I'm like, those are books. Check the bag. Does anybody listen to me? No. And then Marta comes with this scratchy ass raggedy scroll with like this like wax on it, and he breaks the seal. It's like, that's a weird seal. And then he opens it, and the lettering is like poorly written, and it's like, there's been a cave-in in the mines. And he's like, this isn't the usual script or whatever of this person, but there's been a cave-in in the mines. And he just like leaves, and I'm like, this is a trap.
Yeah.
Like, this is clearly a trap, dude.
And he says, I need to talk to Jay about it. And she's like, oh, well, he's on his way to the cave-in. And Raptor's like, why? They always only call Taurians. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But he still goes, and he still doesn't say anything.
Hey, listener, and actually, hey, Melody, because you're not here. I'm talking directly to you all, not the Sherlock Holmeses in the room with me here. Didn't clock any of this. I could chalk all of this up to, like, I thought Marta was suspicious a couple of times, but I never like sunk into it. And boy, boy, Sherlock Holmes is in the houses right now. Because when all of this was happening, I was like, oh, when it came out, I was like, wow, that was an interesting little twist. And now I'm like, it's so fucking obvious from day one. Y'all are commenting on all this stuff that's been happening throughout the entire book. Listener, Melody, if you have not read the book, all of these things are not happening right this very second. This is throughout the book. The seeds were planted in more than just Gwenna, you know? This is, oh boy. Okay, continue your genius deductions.
I was just like, God damn, like this is clearly a trap. And then, but I thought Ruby did a good job, because then right after, she also has Rooster's letter. So we get a real letter and we get a not real letter. And like, Gwenna wakes up and Raptor's gone to the cave-in in the mines. And she's like, hey, this is a problem. And there's this, she breaks open the letter, and Rooster's like, hey, yeah, while this would be incredibly helpful, I just don't think we can do it. I don't think we can use illegal means. So no mancing. And then, okay, neither Kip nor Arid at this point know that she's a mancer. And they're like, what does the letter say? And instead of holding it and telling them what it says, she gives it to them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guess the cat is just completely, like, you just, whatever. And she even has this thought.
Master extraordinaire.
Truly.
She's like, I trust Kip. But it's like, it's not just Kip. She's like, I don't know if I can trust Arid. Here, Arid, read this letter. And Arid is like, Mancer, what is so they're talking, she's like, well, they're talking to, there's possibility of, Raptor knows somebody who might be a Mancer and could speak to that and could maybe help. And they're like, oh, yeah. And then they're like, well, how could, she's like, it's me. She's like over at this point. She's like, it's me. I'm the Mancer. He goes, whoa, it's all making sense now.
I love this surfer.
No, Arid is very much that.
Yeah.
I hated Arid at the beginning of the book, but by this point, I really like Arid a lot.
So if you go back and rehear all of his responses in just like a California, like, surfer bro, like,
wow, bro,
okay, yeah.
Like, gnarly.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah, but you're getting him through Gwenna and Raptor's lenses. So Gwenna hates him because he, I don't know, he like calls her pretty a couple of times. He does flirt with her a little bit, but not even that much. And then Raptor,
necessary, yeah.
Yeah, and then Raptor hates him because he kind of flirts with Gwenna every now and then.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't you fucking touch her. And it's very funny. But him and Kip are apparently best friends. And I don't know. Yeah, they're very cute.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the book, so one of the things that happened in the first book and in this book is, so Kip uses like Slitherkin sign language, essentially. Because they don't, speak the human and Taurian languages. And nobody wants to fucking learn his language. But by the end of this book, Kip is using, like, shorthand sign language. Yeah. And Arid's like, oh, yeah, dude, you're so right. Like, that's exactly what's happening. And everybody else is like, what did he say? Like, he licked an eyeball. And he's like, oh, that was like a 15-page essay. You didn't get that? Like...
Yeah.
Well,
it's very cute.
And Gwenna is like affronted when like she like Kip says something and she's like what? But it's more of a shocked what? She completely understands it, and Arid's like, oh, well, he means this. And she's like, I forget what he means.
Yeah.
Do not speak of me of the deep magic. I was there when it was written. Like, she's like so affronted. Like, she's like, he was my friend first.
Yeah.
100%. She gets a little jealous there of Arid. But Yeah, no, I ended up actually really liking Aaron at the end of the book.
They're bonding when y'all are very rudely taking over, because to be clear, all of this is happening. Helen's been dead for a while. They're kicked out of the Bird Academy essentially, but they're still living in this dorm room together. And Raptor and Gwenna just straight up shoved two beds together, and they don't do like sex, like penetrative sex and stuff like that at night, but like they're not touching each other. And like I would suspect that like maybe they have been doing some diddling at night sometimes, because at one point he's like, so like should we just, like, he thinks that she's coming to get like cute and like flirty at night at one point, and he says something like, so like, do we pretend that there's nobody else in the room? And she's like, no, I actually have a reason to wake you up right now. And he's like, oh, okay. Which to me says, this is not the first time that this has happened. And sometimes they do pretend that they're the only ones in the room.
Yeah.
This is a shared space, y'all.
What are rules? But anyway, so Rooster has said no mancing. And Gwenna's like, cool story, bro. Fuck you. Yeah. She goes to get her friend Sparrow, and she's like, Sparrow, I need you to use your wily holder ways and get me into the temple or whatever to see him in, because I need to know what's going on, because I can't find Raptor.
Yes, she's super worried.
Yeah. She's like, he's clearly an idiot and is in a trap right now.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
You can't predict the future, but you can prepare for it. Arizona State University is building degrees for what's ahead, taught by world-class faculty who are shaping our future. Explore over 350 programs offered online at asuonline.asu.edu.
Sparrow does do that. She takes her to the, I don't remember what they call it, the temple or whatever.
It's the temple of the god of death. It's like Remus or
Temple of
Ramus or Ramus.
Okay, yeah. And convinces the nun to let her in to like pay her respects or whatever to Hemin. She does go in, and Arid and Kip are
horrifying scene.
Yeah. Arid and Kip are doing lookout, and she goes to talk to Hemin, but there are 3 bodies in the room, and all 3 of them are very interested in speaking. Well, Hemin less so, actually, because he's feeling shame and guilt. But the other 2 very much want to talk, and I don't actually remember. I remember one of them gets a little pushy.
Yeah, she keeps having to be like, if like everybody gets a turn, but if you keep being a pushy asshole, I will never listen to you speak.
Yeah.
Essentially. And like keep shoving him off. But she ends up like figuring out a way, because she can't understand their like post-death language, and so she comes up with this like middle ground where it's like, tap this hand for yes, tap this hand for no, and she's asking yes or no questions. And this is when we find out that she gets targeted because she's a woman, as the fall guy essentially, and we don't know what's happening yet, but we know on page that he tells her everything, because, and this was the most baffling thing to me, because they're doing all of these like yes or no question stuff, and then at some point, I guess he just gets sick of doing that and does like a like Matrix style brain download on her to give her everything.
Yeah, he's like, girl, you're asking really bad questions. Let me just tell you.
Yes. And we do know that from even earlier in the book that her necromancy is getting like more, like sometimes it's just a bad feeling, but sometimes she gets like their last moments or like things like life dreams and stuff. Like sometimes like she gets like full on pictures. Yeah. And that's kind of what, I don't know what exactly Hemin had to do, but he basically, downloads exactly what was everything that the whole plot into
how
her.
They're getting
like,
into the tunnels, how they're sneaking around and getting artifacts out, who's involved. And
all the big people involved, exactly. And she kind of, I think she had some suspicions or whatever, because I vaguely remember being like, I think I know how this is happening. And she was like, I was right.
Yeah.
And then she goes to save Raptor. So she runs again to these like...
So we zippy zap from there. We
zippy zap.
She gets her information, and then we go back to the beginning of the day from Raptor's point of view in the next chapter immediately.
That's true.
Because we open up, and they're getting sent down for this cave-in to level 7, essentially. And it is him, Jay, 1 or 2 other Taurians, and then...
I think it's 3 Taurians.
Osprey.
And 2 humans.
Yeah, so Jay and Goose are the humans, and Shikra, Osprey, and Raptor are the Taurians. Yes. And they're all confused on why Jay and Goose are there. I'm assuming Jay was sent so that no one could ask questions to confirm whereabouts of
he's too close, like we don't know if he knows something, but like he could know something.
I think he was sent because he was Hammond's guildmaster.
Yeah. And it's like, well, why didn't you ask Jay? Like, because when they're like, well, why didn't you ask Jay? Well, he's gone. Like, he would basically be the way to, like, confirm things. And if he's out of the picture, he can't be there to confirm. Like, we see whenever Gwenna goes to try to get down there to rescue them, they're like, hey, it's not on the books. And she's like, well, I know I'm allowed down here. I know it's sent. They're like, well, you need to bring your guildmaster, and he has to give you permission. Well, isn't it convenient that the guildmaster is now trapped in a rattling infested tunnel?
Well, because so they're supposed to go to level 7, and that is what has been sent on all of their letters. So that's like potentially people who are not here know that that's where they are. But they end up getting dropped to level 27 instead, and there's no way up. There's no like emergency call button.
Yeah, because the repeater who's working the basket just snaps the rope. Like he just cuts the rope and drops them.
That's what happens.
No, not
with Rooster and everybody.
That's what
they get stuck at 27. They go
just
into
drop
level
them.
27, and they are going to. There's a way out at the end, but they're gonna have to fight through a fuckload of ratlings,
right,
to get there. And then we zippy zap back to her. And by the way, everybody in that tunnel is like, "This is hell."
Yeah.
What is happening? Because this is not a normal tunnel. This is an abandoned tunnel, which means there's ratlings like nested everywhere, and they're just hoping that they'll clear it out, essentially. And then she gets there, she tries to convince them exactly what you just described, and then Rooster gets called in, the head guild master, and he's like, what's happening here? And she explains it all, and then he's like, okay, fine, I guess we'll go. And that's the snapped rope. It's him, a bunch of enforcers who are not used to being in the tunnels. They're just, you know, law enforcement for the city. And her, because I don't remember exactly why they agree to let her go with them.
I think she's just like, I'm frickin' going, and jumps in.
Yeah.
Fair. And then that's when the rope gets snapped. They fall all the way to the bottom. And this is where I'm still a little confused on the tunnels, because they were like, are we at 37 or 47? And they were at 37, but in my head, you know, wouldn't 47, if you're at the bottom of the tube, wouldn't that be 47? I don't know. It doesn't matter. These are all logistics that it doesn't matter. I just have, we all have so many questions.
So many questions.
And she's like, okay, well, I guess it's time to let the cat out of the bag again. I'm a necromancer. I'll talk to the dead and get us where we need to go.
Yeah.
And so she goes into like full necro state. And what it reminded me of when I envisioned it in my head, or like the closest thing I can imagine it, is when Frodo would put the ring on.
Yes.
Okay, I imagine in Game of Thrones when they see through the animals' eyes.
Oh,
that's kind of
yes.
what I was imagining.
Oh, dang
I can't remember. Wild Vision or something like that.
A wordling. Oh, God. Frick.
Yeah.
I want to know what it is.
That sounds
Google.
more accurate to me. I don't even know what you're talking about, but like that feels accurate when she's like, they're showing her stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
so like, I imagine the ring thing when she's like in the state where she sees everybody. She's not like actually seeing what they're seeing.
Yeah.
But she's talking to them, essentially.
Okay. Yes.
So I think they're two, like, in my head, it's two different things anyway, because like she's out of it. They keep having to like pull her back in.
The wargs, when they're warging. That's what they're called.
No, you're fine. And so she just goes full necro, and she's like bebopping around, having a real bad fucking time finding out where everything is, because all of these dead people, yeah, they died, but you know, they've been walking through the tunnel, so they have some idea of this and some idea of that, and she's finding like artifacts here and artifacts there.
Yeah.
They figure out like one of the tunnels goes down a little bit and another tunnel goes up a little bit, and if we break through right here, we'll be able to
find
save
them.
everybody.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happens. And in Raptor's point of view, they end up into that tunnel with everybody. They, you know, set off a smoke bomb to keep the ratlings away. We got to escape. And then they're like, how did you find us? Like, what is happening? And Rooster's like, oh, where'd she go? And Raptor's like, I
know not.
She? And then he looks over and he sees her and she's like out of it. And so actually this happens when they finally make it out, but like she like necros their way out of the thing. And from Raptor's point of view, watching her, she's like walking down this hallway and being like, no, not now. I'll come back for you. And we'll look at that later. And no, I need to do this. And it's like, she is talking to the spirits, getting guided out of this tunnel. And then when they finally make it out of this tunnel into, you know, God knows where, but they're on solid ground, like above ground again, and she's still like locked in her weird little necro state, and he's like, oh man, I really need to get her attention. I wonder if a kiss would do it. Nah, I'm not real good at kissing. And then he like tweaks her nipple. What?
No, he doesn't tweak her nipple. He like crank, like it's like a full on titty twister.
He's like, wake up, babe.
Just
wake
a
up,
purple
babe.
nurple.
We just escaped. Good job. And she's like, dude. Like, what? Very funny.
Meanwhile, they've got one guy who's been getting gnawed on by ratlings, another guy who like got his head cracked when the basket fell that they've just been like dragging out of the tunnels, and Rooster is in a tizzy trying to figure out how to get all of the baddies, right? Like, he's like, how are we gonna get the bad guys?
Yeah, because it's the repeaters. Like, it's the repeaters on that are working the pulleys. So what Rooster eventually finds is that when you base your entire functional society on the backs of unpaid labor, such as the repeaters and, spoiler, the maids, and then they rebel, but you rely for all of your stuff on them, and they're in every part of your society.
Shocking guillotines weren't involved is
truly
kind of the situation.
Yeah.
Because we find out that the mastermind behind this entire thing is this woman that we have not referenced by name, but she is the head of the Nest Maids, Mistress Umala, who is just a real asshole the little bit that we see her and experience her. But she, like, that's basically it. We find out what happened. She's been using the Nest Maids in order to pass information to fledglings and repeaters, and the reason that they were targeting her, Gwenna, was because she was the easiest target to force their group to fail to keep Hammond as a repeater next year. Because this is he's already been he's a 4-time repeater, and they just want to keep him going. And the reason he got killed is he was no longer useful because they were starting to close in on him. And it's just this whole underground ring, essentially. And Rooster is just like, wow, I can't believe that they would do this to us. Rooster.
Mm-hmm.
My good bitch. Are you serious right now? Like, baffling. But, I mean, they're kind of just together foreversies. You know? Like, happily ever after,
I mean, they
everyone
just
gets sorted out. And they're going to keep
all
her
of the
necromancy.
people.
They're going to keep her necromancy a secret. It was real cute because they're like, well, but like mancing is illegal. And Shikra's just like, I don't see anything down there.
What mancing? Yeah. And even Rooster's like, honestly, there's no mancing. And then Raptor's like, yeah, there was no, this is all easy because she was actually working with the maids as a double agent.
And that's why she was a repeater.
And that's why she was a repeater. And it really sucks that, like, she's gonna have to repeat again. And, like, and then she'll, like, have this, like, debt to, like, the guild. But that'll all get sorted out once she's fully fledged.
Do they even make them repeat again? I thought they allowed Lark to, like, come in.
Why she was
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then there's another, like, delightful, hey, GTFO, Arid and Kip, because we have business to take care of. And by business, I do mean
literally they
get
back
that knot
to the
in
nest,
that.
and I did take because, like, you're right, Arid is just a goofy surfer boy.
Yeah.
I have the quote because they get back to the nest, and again, this is a shared space, y'all. Go get a fucking hotel. But, like, they get back to the nest, and Arid is like, wow, give me the update. Like, what happened down there? I want to know what's going on. And they're like, well,
let's wait for Jay. And he's like, could you just, like, give me the, I don't know, like, the TLDR real quick? Just, Jay's gonna be gone for, like, a long time. And they're like,
and then, you know what? This is support for your theory that Kip has, like, just a beautiful life to live inside of his shell. Because he is such a wingman. Because they're in this room, and Arid's like, why would we leave? They just got back. And then Kip is like, the Slitherskin makes a gesture that looks vaguely obscene. He licks his eyeball, points at us, then shakes his head. Arid flushes, glancing over at us. Right. Of course. We'll be back later. And then Kip trots past him, making a tiny fist. And Arid's like, and we'll knock. Loud. And then they have some fun sex, and then the uniform thing is addressed because he rips it off again, and she's like, I'm running out of uniforms. And I will say it's not addressed the way that we discussed earlier, because his response is, I don't give a fuck, you can wear mine, Raptor.
And here, listener, I don't want to, like the mental load and, like, thinking of these. And there's a whole thing on, like, you know, what do you want for dinner? And, like, I don't care, whatever. That's not the answer that we want. And that's not the answer she wants. Like, I know I want you to care, and I want the decision to be, I will get you more uniforms. Not, I don't fucking care, whatever, you can wear mine. That's just more work for her. Come on, Raptor.
She's gonna have to hem them. She's gonna have to,
like, this is going to take, like, the sleeves are going to be way too long. They might fit here, but they're not going to fit here. And they're not going to fit, like, in the wingspan. Yeah. Oh, wingspan. That makes sense, too. And it's just like, what? No, don't be a Raptor. Like, I understand he thinks his intentions are good when he says, I don't care.
Well, and, like, it's definitely, like, in the heat of the moment that, like, I choose to believe, because they're about to be loaded because she's a necromancer, and literally she knows where years and years and years of excavating for greater, like she'll be able to just roll. She's a fucking metal detector at this point.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
So like her team, her 5, they're about to be loaded.
Yeah.
So then we hit the epilogue, and just everyone's kind of together and happy forever. Everyone's got mates except for Arid. We get a little bit of Lark and Meriden from the first book, if you remember, because in this book, Lark isn't on the team because she broke like her leg or like something like that. But they end up getting her like fast tracked on being
into their 5.
Into their 5, and now they're about to be loaded. This 5 is going to be an unhinged level of money that they make.
Yes.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
So, the thing that we need to talk about, though, is in relation to this. Yes, it's her name. Because this whole book, Raptor has been calling her Bantam. My little Bantam. She's his little Bantam. Book. And I don't even remember what she fucking picks as a name because
Mudlark.
No, that's Lark. Does Mudlark.
Oh, Mudlark. Okay.
Like, well, what are you gonna, because Meriden's like, what are you gonna do if somebody else picks Lark? And Lark is like, well, I'll fight them. And if I win, they don't get to use my name, my old name. And if they don't win, then I'm just a dirty Lark, and I win either way. And Meriden's like, my wife is unhinged.
Yeah.
She's a fucking weirdo.
I was speed reading this part. So I was real pissed. I was like, what? I was even more angry because of the Starling thing, because I was like, you're fucking Mudlark, and you already have a Lark, and you're not Bantam, and you just... I was real pissed. I'm slightly less pissed about it, but I am still pissed about the whole...
Where did Starling come from?
Yeah,
literally
where did Starling?
Where? Yes.
One of the things... called her, like, my little star or something like that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, anyway. And I mean, okay, maybe she wanted that to be between them, his little Bantam or whatever, but, like, okay. There are so... Anyway.
It's fine.
Where did that come from? But her letters to her mom. So the epilogue starts with a letter to her mom. And they're so sweet. You like see her growth. And the whole time I'm like, her mom can't fucking read either. There's no way her mom can read.
No.
It's commented
Is anybody
in
reading?
One of the letters because
in
she's
the very
like,
first
I hope
letter,
somebody
she's like,
can reads this to you real quick. Like, need somebody to write me back.
Yeah, I got real sad about it for a minute.
I was so sad because I wanted her mom to be in the epilogue. I wanted her mom to be there for her graduation, and like she lives here now because they're bringing her over. And like that's definitely the plan. They talk about it. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna, once we get on solid footing, we're gonna move mom out here, and then we're gonna be a happy little family, and it's gonna be delightful and wonderful. But I was like, man, I really wish mom had made it for graduation. But like, I thought you were going to talk about how in the letters you can see her literacy get better from letter one
is
to the
also
last
very
one.
Good.
Like, it's so cute because like she's just, she's learning, and like it's part of her growth, and she's really uncomfortable with her illiteracy in the beginning, and then we get to just see it happening, and it's just...
Yeah, it's very, very well done.
But yeah, I continue to just have a lot of logistics questions about the world.
Yeah.
And honestly, good for them for solving this mystery, because by God, it was not through any fault of their own that it was solved.
Yeah.
No.
It was sheer dumb luck.
Yeah.
There was no other way. Like it was only because it was a good book for them to have found them. Like that's all. But I wrote down in my notes, because we didn't mention the potions, but they do buy a potion from Naya to stop her magic.
Yeah.
They're like, is there anything you can give us? But it's permanent. And I, the whole time, was like, why didn't they ask for a fertility or infertility potion? Because he's constantly... I forgot about the bead. I forgot about the bead the whole time. But then I was like, why would Ruby Dixon, my queen of the breeding kink, put birth control in her books? But she did. Look at that. I forgot about it. I just completely whimsied right past it.
Because because that's her concern. Because like before, I think she jumps on the whole like nodding thing.
Yeah,
she's like, "Listen, I can't have a baby." He's like, "Hey, no worries."
Okay, whoa!
Yeah. Got this.
Hang on, though. I got a lot of questions about that because we find out about his birth control on the necklace side, like when they fuck in the inn. But at the very beginning, I was like, because it becomes clear later in the book that she has no idea how Taurian fertility and all of that stuff works. And she walks in and he whips it out and she's like, yeah, I'll climb on that.
Let's go.
I'm not on birth control, but I'll climb on that. Ma'am.
No idea. Yeah.
Ma'am. This is
she was
a choice
distracted.
of ignorance that could have had some pretty intense consequences, which she experiences when she does learn about the fertility after the fact.
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh my God, what if I'm pregnant? And we do have that little scare in the book. But there is definitely like, did you not consider that in the beginning? The first time?
She was distracted. She was worried about the dead body in the alley, remember?
You know what? Fair. All right. I'll give you the pass. Kind of.
Like I said, I completely forgot about the bead. I was like, how are they not getting her pregnant every time?
You're like, how many babies have y'all had now? You know?
Yeah.
Like...
Well, okay, I was like, he would have to have something because if this is his thing and like if he's gonna have it with anybody, like he has to be the one.
Yeah.
So
on the off chance, because otherwise he's gonna have a lot of little bull bastards running around. That's a lot of trust in that sex worker to have quality birth control, you know?
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I enjoyed it. I
Absolutely.
liked it. I'm curious to see if she's gonna do another one, or if this was just.
I was wondering about that too, because it feels like literally everybody except for Arid walks out of this with a mate.
It very much felt like it was getting tied up with the bow at the epilogue.
Because even Kip has a mate now. Kip has a little Slitherkin mate. There's this super funny part in the epilogue where like everyone gets to meet her, and they're like, Arid's like, man, am I the only one who doesn't have a mate? Because I'm kind of hoping that Arid gets a book. I want Arid to have a
me
book.
too.
But he's like, man, am I the only one without a mate? And everyone's like, yep. And then Kip just looks over at his lady and they do like some like Slitherkin like body rubs as like a yes. And they're like, is this okay to watch? And they're like, yeah, it's just a Slitherkin greeting, but maybe you should cover the child eyes, you know?
Yeah.
But we're all happy.
Ooh, if Arid because we don't know anything about
Lady
female
Taurians?
Taurians. Yeah, Lady Taurians.
Lady.
So I was like, that could be really cool.
It could be that, or like in Paladin's Hope, you know, the whole series for the Paladin, what's it called, by Teen Kingfisher, but like the whole series, like the other 3 books in the series so far are MF, but the 3rd book is MM. So like maybe he gets a Taurian of his own.
Ooh, that's true.
I will say, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen Ruby Dixon write an MM novel.
She has definitely written FF.
She has written FF, so I know, like, she's not opposed to writing a queer romance.
Yeah.
I would be delighted.
Me too.
Yeah, because, oh my God, because what's her butt alien, that's an MFF.
Yeah.
Bethia.
Bethia.
Yes. I kept wanting to say Bethesda. That's wrong.
No, that's a video game company.
It is. Yep.
And a city.
They've got a lot of my money.
Oh, there you go.
Not the city.
Sure.
The video game company.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious. I could see this just being a duology. Like, this is the end of this book. It ties everything. It ties up a lot of things.
It does.
But there's also, I could see another holder, like, see more of that. Anyway, whatever you want to do, Ruby, I'm here for it.
The world is ripe for expansion. Like, I think we could do we could shift from this group and, go kind of someplace else. We could go later. Like, there's a lot of things that could be done, but it also, if it ended here, everything is neatly tied up and is very satisfying, and I'm fine.
And this is one of those moments where, like, we're sitting here going, like, what are the logistics of this and that and blah, blah, blah. And, like, that's one thing Ruby Dixon does super fucking well in all of her series is leave, like, she doesn't paint herself into a corner as far as, like,
for sure.
how the world works. And so it's definitely not out of the realm. And I'm not gonna lie, earlier when y'all were talking about, like, the universal fucking space dump kind of thing, I was like, is this how we bring in the connection between this series and the Blue Boys? Like the alien world? Like, but like one of them runs into that space dump and they're like, where's all this shit coming from? Like, I wouldn't be mad about it. I don't think that's what's happening here. She has a couple of series that aren't in that universe, so.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's fun. Yeah, it's just, she's definitely an author where, like, you do you, boo-boo. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read
I will read it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. What's your lady loves?
I have one.
Yeah. What's yours?
And it's a lady love, but it's also, like, I'm kind of mad about it. Jeni's ice cream. Have y'all had Jeni's ice cream?
No.
Okay. You can find it at Target, which you can find it at Whole Foods, also, but you can order directly from them. It's like the best. It's very expensive, right? But if your local grocery store has a freezer go out and you get it all half off, like, it's fantastic. It is the
that feels
best.
Like a really specific example.
Yeah, it is the best ice cream I've ever. It's like small batch. It was made by like a patisserie lady. She uses like local ingredient, like some flavors you can only get at certain times a year because she gets like them from like local farms and stuff.
Oh.
And I'm usually, when it comes to store-bought ice cream, I am a chocolate and a vanilla girl. Like, vanilla's versatile. I can add whatever I want to it. I'm just not a huge different flavor person. But my friend was like, you need to try this ice cream. And I'm like, whatever. And then I was like, we had a date night and like the kids were gone. And I was like, well, I'm going to get Jared one and I'm going to get one. And we're going to watch movies and we're going to eat our pints of ice cream. It's going to be great. And I made a terrible mistake. I got him like double dough. And so the ice cream is like cookie dough flavored ice cream. And then it's got chunks of cookie dough in the ice cream. And it's phenomenal. And then she has chocolate, but she has like milk chocolate, but she also has one that is darkest chocolate. So it is like a bitter, like super heavy, perfectly creamy, but a little bit icy chocolate. And then she has this one that is brown butter almond brittle. And like, it's...
So I'm very quickly understanding, just based on you describing this, that you did get 2 pints the night of the date and you each got a delicious flavor. But since then, you have expanded.
I keep buying ice cream, and I can't stop. And it's like I keep putting it in the freezer, and like I'm not a dessert person. Like I like it, but I'm not like a dessert every night person. And every night I'm just like getting my little bowl and my ice cream, and I'm like, this is so good. This is just what I wanted. And my husband is like, I think you have an addiction. And I was like, I think you're right.
You're like, You're like, my friend is a pusher.
She is. She's a pusher. And I'm like, I'm yelling. I'm like,
the gateway, you bitch.
that's it. But if you haven't and you have the opportunity and you're like, is it worth it? How could it be worth it? And I'm like, don't do it, but girl, do it. It's worth it.
Okay.
And so Jeni's ice cream is my lady love.
This feels like maybe a hang time. We should all get pints of ice cream and watch a romance together. It's been a long time since we've been able to do a hang.
I'm in season 2 of Heated Rivalry. Here we come.
Yeah.
Here we come. Yes, I support this. Kristen?
Today is voting, so don't forget to vote in your local elections and midterm elections and any opportunity that you have for your voice to be heard.
I love that.
And because I'm going to add on to my lady love, because it is local elections and we are voting on it. Another one is I love libraries, and our awesome local library in Baton Rouge is top notch. And so we should all support your local libraries, because local libraries are phenomenal. So that is Jeni's ice cream and local libraries.
And local libraries. And then my lady love is actually, like, I had a couple of options, and now that we're at the end of this episode, it's really recording this episode. I know that it's not like a full reunion, right? Like, it's not all 4 of us from TBR, but this was really fun. It was just a reminder, like, I just love y'all a lot. And y'all coming in clutch on helping, you know, with episodes while Melody is essentially on sick leave. It was just really nice. It was a nice little...
It was really fun. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, and it was fun. We hope you enjoyed, listener. And go read this series. And I mean, honestly, any Ruby Dixon. Nobody's going to be surprised that, like, even though it's not a me and Mel episode, that we're squeeing about how much we love a Ruby Dixon novel. There's
she's so good.
There's literally a Patreon from like 2 years ago called the Ruby Dixon Extravaganza, and it's just me and Melody like speed discussing like 25 books because I went down a rabbit hole again. Like, we love a Ruby Dixon here. So keep being a badass and love yourself as much as, boy, Raptor loves the idea of a woman. As much as, honestly, the one I'm gonna go with, y'all are welcome to pipe in, but the one I'm personally gonna go with is love yourself as much as Master J loves. That's not my problem. Like,
yeah,
love yourself as much as Kip loves his shell house, because you know he does.
Oh, that
his soundproofing.
Yeah. And then, listener, the final one, just to, you know, be on brand, is love yourself as much as Gwenna loves getting narded. So, anyway.
There you go.
That's it. That's the one. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Next week, we're continuing our journey through book series that we've done on the pod before. Friend of the pod, Rebecca, aka Lynn Camden, will be with Sabrina to recap Paladin's Hope by T. Kingfisher. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomspodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult. See you next week.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.